Spider-Man 2 is officially here, but before you go web swinging into everything this buffed up version of New York has to offer, it might be worth considering which skills you want to upgrade first as you make your way through the game's opening hours with Peter and Miles. Skills work a little different in Spider-Man 2 than they have before, since both Peter and Miles get their own skill tree to work with, as well as a shared one that they can upgrade to buff their abilities. Even though some skills can't be unlocked until further into the story, the number of options to spend your newly earned skill points on can be quite daunting even from the very start, and considering you now have 3 skill trees to fill up, it can be tricky to know what to prioritise. So let's get into the best skills you should focus on leveling up first to get the best out of Peter and Miles' newfound synergy. I'll start by breaking down the 6 skills we found to be most useful and what they do before we get into the why. On Peter's skill tree, you should focus on unlocking the Spider Rush and Spider Rush Tornado skills. Spider Rush propels Peter forward, damaging enemies along his path, and unlocking the Tornado skill will cause Spider Rush to pull enemies in towards Spider-Man from further out. For Miles' skill tree, we'd recommend focusing in on Venom Punch Concentrated Force, which causes his Venom Punch to exert a force in a cone from the primary target, throwing back all enemies caught in it, and Venom Smash Jolt, which allows you to tap L1 plus circle a second time during Venom Smash to launch more enemies into the air. From the shared skill tree, you'll want to unlock Combo Resupply, that adds a chance for a free gadget shot at the end of a 4-hit melee combo, and Web Whip, which allows you to hold triangle to attach a web to an enemy's weapon and then tap R1 to disarm and whip the weapon back at them with force. If you unlock all of these, then you'll prioritise the earliest available skills which give you the biggest edge in combat based on the enemies that you'll find in the game's early hours. For example, Web Whip, it's in my opinion the skill that you should unlock first. Outside of those, you need to actually open the rest of each skill tree, obviously. Firearm wielding enemies can be some of the most annoying to deal with in the game, especially from the start, forcing you to abruptly cancel a combo that you were hitting to dodge and instead focus your attention on the guy holding the AK-47. With a simple and quick disarm though, Web Whip helps make combat encounters with many enemies that much easier by removing one of their easiest ways to mess with your combos or chip away at your health, which in turn makes it all the easier to get in melee range and run house on any and all thugs in your way. And the same goes for Combo Resupply. It grants you an extra gadget to use on enemies, which is great for early in the game when you haven't got as many upgrades and gadgets. It does lose its usefulness a little as you unlock other gadgets and upgrade them, so bagging it in the early game gets the maximum use from it and is well worth the investment. As for Peter and Miles' specific skills, the best 2 for each emphasise ability skills or enhancements that will make each of the Spider-Men more deadly in combat. For Peter, Spider Rush is his bread and butter. It can take out multiple enemies like hunters all at once, and with Spider Rush Tornado, it enhances its area of effect and draws even more enemies in, making it even more potent. And the same goes for Miles and Venom Punch Concentrated Force, upgrading an already reasonably powerful move, which only affects one simple enemy to start with, into its own AoE attack. And Venom Smash Jolt provides a similar enhancement to its namesake base move, lifting more enemies into the air to help better manage other foes on the ground and allow you to keep more problematic enemies juggled helplessly in the air. While you're playing through the opening stages of the game and you're more vulnerable without the unlockable upgrades you can get once you explore more, these early Spider-Man 2 skills make the opening combat encounters far more manageable. And they're a lot of fun to pull off as well. So consider these skills for your first dive into Spider-Man 2's expanded skill trees. They'll make your first few swings around New York little more than a walk in Central Park. And if you're looking for more Spider-Man stuff like this, check out these videos here.